If you have a question
Gosh.
for former State Senator Dale Schultz, Republican, former State Senator Tim Cullen, Democrat, 844-967-2789. Talking about gerrymandering, which is before the Wisconsin Supreme Court today. Let's go down to the Waukesha on WAUK. Andrew from Waukesha, thanks for listening and calling in. What's your question?
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. So I'm very curious to hear the gentleman's thoughts on the redistricting issue, and in particular, an idea that I continue to promote, which is that we don't need new maps, we need more representation. It's been a while, since 1970, since we changed the amount of assembly and Senate districts, and in that case, we went from 100 assembly seats to 99. At what point are we going to address the fact that 60,000 people per assembly district and 3 times as much for a Senate district is just way too much, and we need more representation in Madison?
Thanks, Andrew. Dale, you want to take it first, then Tim?
Well, I think it's a good point, and I oftentimes hear this argument with Congress more than the state legislature, where the numbers are just astronomical. It's really very difficult to get a feeling for the people back home. I always explain to folks when they ask about what my job was, I'd say my job was to listen to the people back home, understand their deepest held fears and their hopes, take them to Madison, espouse them on the floor for all to hear, and then at the same time to do the same, to listen to all my other colleagues, do the same thing and take that back to the people. In other words, be a dialogue and get to what should be the law in that manner. But when the numbers get so large, it's really almost impossible to do that. Just think about how often you get a chance to have a conversation with your congressperson. It's very difficult, even for the best of them who get out there.
Senator Cullen, what do you say about this question from the caller, Andrew Waukesha? Do we need more representation? In other words, more state senators and assembly people instead of redrawn maps?
I think that idea could get some traction. I think it's worth exploring, is somehow have a standard that once the population of the state increases by X, or the legislative districts the number of people they represent is increased by 25% or 50% through population increase, that some more could be added. I think that makes some sense. It is very hard. I mean, when I was in the state senate the first time, particularly, my district was like Senate district was like 160,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I used to go out and have office hours and stuff, but a lot. But people don't get a chance really to talk with you. They can email, of course, and everything else. But
yeah.
It just is very difficult to have a relationship with a smallest fraction of the people you represent. That's the truth of the matter. That's where the person, Andrew, I think it was. That's where I think he's got a good point.